China is undoubtedly one of the countries that most impress when the subject is urban development and technological innovation. In a few decades, the country went from being a predominantly agricultural nation to becoming a giant of urbanization, with cities that look like they came out of science fiction movies. With billion-dollar investments, strategic planning, and a vision of the future that few countries can keep up with, China is building megacities, equipped with artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, sustainable infrastructure, and a level of connectivity that redefines the concept of urban life. Another impressive factor is the speed with which these cities evolve. While in the West, a modernization project can take decades, in China, entire neighborhoods are erected in a few years, ready to receive millions of inhabitants with cutting-edge infrastructure. In addition, the concern with sustainability has also become a priority. Solar energy, smart buildings, electric public transport, and green belts are common features of these cities that seek to balance progress and environmental responsibility. Prepare yourself for a journey through the future of Chinese cities and how they are shaping the world of tomorrow as we explore the 10 most futuristic cities in China. First, Xiang'an, the city of the future, planned from scratch. Xiang'an is an ambitious project that is redefining the concept of urbanization in China. Located in Hubei province, about 100 kilometers south of Beijing, Xiang'an was announced in 2017 as a new development area intended to relieve pressure on the Chinese capital and become a model of smart and sustainable city. Unlike other metropolises that grew organically, Xiang'an is being built from scratch with meticulous planning that prioritizes green technology, energy efficiency, and quality of life. The master plan of Xiang'an is impressive. The city will be divided into 3 main areas: a central district for business and administration, a high-density residential zone, and an ecological area with lakes, parks, and wetlands. The goal is to create a self-sustainable city with efficient public transport, renewable energy, and cutting-edge digital infrastructure. Projects like the Xiang'an Citizen Center are already underway, showing the city's commitment to innovation and sustainability. Technology is the heart of Xiang'an. The city will be a living laboratory for smart solutions like autonomous transport systems, smart power grids, and buildings that use artificial intelligence to optimize energy consumption. In addition, Xiang'an will be connected by a high-speed train network and subways, integrating seamlessly into the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. The idea is that in the future, residents can work in Beijing or Tianjin and live in Xiang'an, enjoying the quality of life offered by the new city. Sustainability is another fundamental pillar of Xiang'an. The city was designed to be carbon neutral, with an energy matrix based on renewable sources like solar and wind. In addition, 70% of the urban area will be covered by vegetation, with parks, green corridors, and lakes that not only beautify the city, but also help regulate the climate and air quality. Baiyangdian Lake, the largest freshwater lake in northern China, will be revitalized and integrated into urban planning, serving as a green lung for the region. Xiang'an's history, however, is short. Until the project announcement, the area was mainly composed of small rural villages and farmland. The Chinese government saw unique potential in the region to create a city that could serve as a model for the future. For this, thousands of residents were relocated and large investments were made in infrastructure and technology. The construction of Xiang'an is seen as a symbol of China's planning and execution power, capable of transforming an underdeveloped area into a world-class city. Second, Shenzhen, the capital of technological innovation. If there is a city that symbolizes China's technological revolution, that city is Shenzhen. Located in the south of the country, near Hong Kong, Shenzhen went from being a fishing village in the 1980s to becoming one of the most advanced technology centers in the world. Today, it is home to technology giants like Huawei and Tencent, in addition to being a global reference in innovation, hardware development, and artificial intelligence. Shenzhen is considered the first and most successful special economic zone in China, created in 1980 to attract foreign investment and boost industrial growth. The result was an unprecedented economic explosion, transforming the city into a hub of startups, research and development, with an ecosystem comparable to Silicon Valley. Urban mobility in Shenzhen is transforming, with an emphasis on smart solutions and e-vehicles. The city also has an integrated public transport network, including a number of metro lines, which help to ease congestion and reduce pollution. Reishi the city's urban mobility with an emphasis on smart solutions and e-vehicles. The city also has an integrated public transport network, including a number of metro lines,
is also a futuristic highlight. The city has the world's largest fleet of electric buses, with more than 16,000 electricity-powered vehicles in addition to a fully electrified taxi system. This makes Shenzhen an example of a sustainable city, drastically reducing carbon emissions and serving as a model for other global metropolises. Another differential is the advance in the artificial intelligence and automation sector. Shenzhen already implements surveillance systems based on facial recognition, smart traffic sensors, and fully digital payments, eliminating the use of physical money. The smart city concept is present in all aspects of urban life, making Shenzhen a true laboratory for the implementation of new technologies. In addition, the city has an impressive architectural scene with ultra-modern skyscrapers and bold urban projects. One of Shenzhen's symbols is the Ping An Finance Center, one of the tallest buildings in the world that reflects the grandeur and ambition of the city. There are also entirely planned neighborhoods to house startups and research centers like the Nanshan district, where the most innovative technology companies in China are concentrated. Third, Hangzhou, the smart city and e-commerce center. Hangzhou, capital of Zhejiang province, is one of the most futuristic cities in China. Recognized mainly as the birthplace of the e-commerce giant Alibaba, the city's impact on the digital sector is undeniable. Hangzhou is a true showcase for the smart city concept, where technology and urban services are deeply integrated. Its evolution in recent years has been marked by massive investments in digital infrastructure and technological innovation, transforming it into a standout financial and commercial center in Asia. One of Hangzhou's most notable initiatives is the implementation of the Alipay City Brain, an artificial intelligence system created by Alibaba. This system was designed to manage the city efficiently, optimizing traffic, public safety, energy use, and even the distribution of essential resources through connected sensors and cameras. The city can analyze large volumes of data in real time, adjusting traffic conditions, monitoring congestion areas, and improving emergency response, all in an automated and intelligent way. In addition, the city is one of the country's largest financial centers, with a vibrant ecosystem of startups and technology companies. Hangzhou is the headquarters of Alibaba, but also hosts dozens of other emerging companies that contribute to innovation in areas like artificial intelligence, big data, and e-commerce. Hangzhou's accelerated growth is driven by its enormous digital infrastructure and strong local government support to create an environment favorable to the development of disruptive technologies. Public transport also reflects Hangzhou's futuristic spirit. The city has one of the most advanced intelligent transport systems in China, with electric buses and high-speed trains that connect the city to other major Chinese metropolises. In Hangzhou, mobility is facilitated by a single platform that integrates public transport, shared bicycles, taxis, and private vehicles, all accessible through a single smartphone app. Hangzhou is also a model in terms of sustainability. The city has invested heavily in green technologies, like the use of solar energy and other renewable sources to power urban infrastructure. Fourth, Shanghai, the global high-tech metropolis. Shanghai is one of China's most emblematic cities and undoubtedly one of the most futuristic in the world. Situated on the East Coast, it is one of the planet's largest financial and commercial centers, in addition to being China's largest city in terms of GDP. Shanghai stands out for its impressive urban infrastructure, its sky full of futuristic skyscrapers, and its capacity to be an innovation center with a huge population of more than 24 million inhabitants. Shanghai is characterized by a latest-generation transport network that includes the world's busiest subway system and an extensive high-speed train network. The city is also home to the famous Pudong, the financial district that houses some of China's tallest and most iconic buildings like the Shanghai Tower
and the Jinmao Tower that are part of the futuristic urban landscape that defines the city. Shanghai is an innovation center on several fronts. The city invests heavily in research and development, especially in the fields of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and automation. In addition, Shanghai's technological infrastructure is incomparable, with a 5G network that covers practically the entire city, guaranteeing fast and reliable connectivity for its inhabitants. The city is also a pioneer in the use of autonomous vehicles and drones, and is already conducting tests of public transport using these technologies. In addition, Shanghai is an example of a smart city, where large volumes of data are used to optimize public management and improve citizens' quality of life. The city already implements big data solutions to improve safety, traffic, and health services. For example, Shanghai uses a network of surveillance cameras equipped with facial recognition to monitor traffic and ensure public safety. Shanghai's financial sector is also one of the most advanced in the world, with the Luzhutuo district being one of Asia's largest financial centers. Shanghai is consolidating itself as a global financial hub, attracting investments from around the world while continuing to expand its infrastructure to accommodate the city's growth. The city also leads the way in the implementation of blockchain technologies and digital payment systems that are rapidly replacing the use of cash. Fifth, Beijing, the technological and cultural capital of China. Beijing, the capital of China, is not only a political and cultural center, but also a city that embraces the future with enthusiasm. With a population that exceeds 21 million inhabitants, Beijing is a city that combines tradition and modernity in a unique way. With large investments in technological innovation and smart urbanization, the city has rapidly transformed into a research and development hub, especially in the fields of artificial intelligence, big data, and automation, and has stood out as one of the most futuristic cities in the world. One of the main drivers of this transformation is Zhongguancun Park, located in Haidian District, which is often compared to the United States Silicon Valley. Zhongguancun is one of China's largest technology and innovation centers, hosting dozens of emerging companies and technology giants like Baidu, Lenovo, and Xiaomi. This technological hub is responsible for much of the artificial intelligence development in the country, with innovations being applied in various sectors, from transport to education and health. Beijing's urban mobility is also becoming increasingly futuristic. The city has invested in an extensive public network that includes electric buses and taxis, in addition to a constantly expanding subway system. The use of autonomous cars is also being tested in some areas of the city, with plans to expand this technology in the coming years. In terms of sustainability, Beijing is a model green city, with large areas dedicated to parks and environmental conservation zones. The city invests in technology to reduce air and water pollution, promoting the use of clean energy and the construction of sustainable buildings. Sixth, Suzhou, the city of smart cities. Suzhou, located in Jiangsu province, is one of the most futuristic and innovative cities in China. Known for its rich history and beautiful gardens, Suzhou has rapidly transformed into an innovation and technology center. The city is becoming a clear example of how China is building smart cities, where technology not only facilitates urban life, but makes it more sustainable, efficient, and connected. The city is a hub for high-tech companies, especially in the areas of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and nanotechnology. Suzhou hosts the Suzhou Industrial Park, one of China's largest industrial and technological parks that was designed to attract international companies and encourage innovation. This park is home to hundreds of technology companies and startups that are working to develop the next big innovations in areas like robotics, automation, and renewable energy. Suzhou is also known for its intelligent transport system that uses real-time data to manage traffic and improve public transport efficiency. The city has invested heavily in electric public transport infrastructure, including electric buses and taxis, in addition to a constantly expanding subway system. The use of autonomous cars is also being tested in some areas of the city, with plans to expand this technology in the coming years. In terms of sustainability, Suzhou is a model green city, with large areas dedicated to parks and environmental conservation zones. The city invests in technology to reduce air and water pollution, promoting the use of clean energy and the construction of sustainable buildings. Seventh, Tianjin, the future on the shores of the Yellow Sea. Tianjin, located in northeastern China, is a city that combines history, innovation, and cutting-edge urban planning. As one of the country's largest ports and one of the municipalities directly subordinate to the central government, Tianjin has a strategic importance that dates back to the Qing dynasty, the largest in China's imperial history.
Today, the city is an impressive example of how a city can balance its historical past with a bold vision for the future. Tianjin's urbanization is a fascinating case study. The city was planned to be an economic and technological hub with districts dedicated to cutting-edge industries like the Tianjin Economic and Technological Development Zone. This area, created in 1984, was one of China's first special economic zones and today hosts global technology, manufacturing, and logistics companies. In addition, Tianjin is home to the National Supercomputing Center that houses Tianhe, one of the world's most powerful supercomputers. Tianjin's architecture also reflects its duality between the traditional and the modern. While the Heping district preserves historical buildings from the colonial era, like the Italian concession, the Binhai district is an example of futurism. There you find an impressive complex of skyscrapers that house offices, hotels, and shopping centers. Another iconic landmark is the Tianjin Eye, one of the longest bridges in the world that connects the city to the Binhai district and facilitates the transport of goods and people. Eighth, Guangzhou, the city of global trade. Guangzhou, located in Guangdong province, is one of China's largest and most dynamic cities. In addition to being an important economic and commercial center, the city is at the forefront of technological innovation and smart urban mobility, which makes it a perfect example of how China is preparing for the future of global metropolises. Historically, Guangzhou has been a trade center with its strategic position in the Pearl River Delta, facilitating trade with the rest of the world. This commercial heritage is still very strong in the city that hosts one of the world's largest ports, the Port of Guangzhou. However, the city is not limited to physical trade, but has also stood out in the digital economy with strong investment in emerging technologies like big data, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. Companies and startups are proliferating in Guangzhou, especially in the e-commerce sector, driven by proximity to the Shenzhen region, which is the heart of technological innovation in China. One of Guangzhou's main innovations is its approach to urban mobility. The city invested massively in intelligent transport with the construction of a fully automated subway system and the implementation of autonomous vehicles to facilitate mobility in the most congested areas. In addition, the use of electric bicycles and scooters that can be rented through mobile apps has become an integral part of Guangzhou's transport system, allowing inhabitants to move efficiently and ecologically while reducing air pollution and contributing to biodiversity conservation. Guangzhou also stands out in the development of green technologies. The city has made significant investments in renewable energy and energy efficiency. One of the most notable examples of its green infrastructure is Pearl River New Town, a central district that incorporates low-carbon buildings, vertical gardens, and a vast network of urban green spaces. In addition, the city has committed to making its buildings and industries more energy efficient with initiatives that include factory modernization and the promotion of solar energy technologies. Ninth, Chengdu, the city of the future and creative innovation. Chengdu, capital of Sichuan province, is a city that stands out for its unique combination of tradition and innovation, offering a model of urban development that prioritizes sustainability, creativity, and quality of life. Although it is best known for its spicy cuisine and for being home to giant pandas, Chengdu has become a technological innovation center and an example of a futuristic city in China. One of Chengdu's greatest attractions is its investment in sustainability and environmental quality. The city has become a model of green urbanism, with great emphasis on creating sustainable public spaces and ecological infrastructure. The Chengdu Tianfu Greenway project is an example of how the city is implementing a network of parks and green areas connected by bike paths, which allows inhabitants to move in a healthy and ecological way while reducing air pollution and contributing to biodiversity conservation. In addition, Chengdu is a city that is promoting a new smart city concept, integrating advanced technologies into its urban planning to improve the efficiency of public services and citizens' daily lives. The city already uses big data to monitor and manage traffic, public safety, and even health systems, creating a more efficient and connected environment. Chengdu is also one of China's most advanced centers in terms of artificial intelligence, with several technology companies focused on developing solutions for smart cities. Chengdu has also stood out as a hub of creative innovation, attracting talent from around the world in areas of design, digital art, and media. The city hosts a large number of technology startups, especially in the artificial intelligence and automation sector, in addition to having become a center for the development of cultural industries like film and digital game production. The Chengdu High-Tech Industrial Development Zone is one of China's main research and development centers, where companies and research centers collaborate to create innovative and transformative solutions. Chengdu's urban mobility is also an example of modernity. The city has a highly efficient public transport system with an extensive subway network and electric buses. Chengdu has invested in the implementation of autonomous cars, and the city is already conducting tests to introduce autonomous vehicles on some of its public transport routes to reduce traffic and pollution. Tenth, Chongqing, the megacity of innovation and logistics.
Chongqing, located in southwestern China, is one of the country's most imposing and futuristic cities. With a population of more than 30 million people, the city is one of China's largest and most dynamic megacities. In addition to its impressive territorial extension, Chongqing has stood out for its ability to integrate technological innovation with urban development. The city is a logistics and industry center, but also stands out for its investment in cutting-edge technology and smart infrastructure. Chongqing has become one of the main cities for the development of autonomous vehicles in China. The city is conducting tests of autonomous cars in various areas and already implements automated public transport solutions. In addition, Chongqing is an innovation center in logistics with a cargo distribution system based on artificial intelligence and drones. The city uses automation technologies to manage the flow of goods and optimize the supply chain, improving efficiency and sustainability. Chongqing's infrastructure is also in constant evolution. The city is creating new planned neighborhoods with a focus on sustainability and smart mobility. The neighborhoods will be equipped with electric transport systems, ecological buildings, and smart energy management solutions. The city has invested heavily in renewable energy, especially in hydroelectric sources, since the region is rich in water resources.